Sweet Jesus. This 3-minute hit at Equity Guru from me, Chris Parry, is about Prismo Metals, P-R-I-S-M-O. The ticker symbol is P-R-I-Z. Why am I talking about Prismo Metals today? Because holy shit balls, their stock chart is losing its mind. About 6 weeks ago, we talked about Prismo. We've talked about Prismo earlier in the year when it was down around 15 cents. We talked about it again when it was around 20 cents. I will point out that this is not a client company. This is an animal we spotted in the wild that we took a great interest in. I wish it was a client company. If they'd, go ahead and sign that contract, it'd be a client company. But in the meantime, anyway, this is a company that we talked to you about a couple of times. We pointed out these are good jockeys on a good horse, that this thing is going in good places. And well, wouldn't you know it, in September, it was at 20 cents. In October, it got to 37.5, and currently it's at 55 in the first few days of November. That is a run, brothers and sisters. That is a definitive run. I'm not going to go into the technicals again on this thing because A, they ain't paying me, and B, it's so late. It's so late. I've been doing so many of these. Anyway, look, if anyone got in at 15 cents, 20 cents, and is now looking at 55, 56 cents a couple of months later, in a market that sucks, this is what we do for you, boys. We go out and we rustle through the weeds and we find the shiny little rocks and we say, here's a rock. Whether or not they're paying us, whether or not they're a sponsor, if we see something good, we'll tell you because we're with you, boys and girls and peoples. But hot damn if this thing isn't really doing what we expected it to do. Honest to God, I thought it would go from 15 cents to 30. I thought we'd be able to hang our hat on that and say that was a good thing for us to share with our readers and viewers. But at 55, I'm almost, I hate saying this, but I'm almost prone to say that's too big a jump. But when you look at the actual market cap, you're looking at a $12 million company on the back of what's been essentially a tripling of its share price. So we started talking about this thing when it was a $4 million company. It's now a $12 million company. It's still looking to go up. And for what it has, I think that's still undervalued. Now, I'm not going to tell you that people who look at share charts and don't look any deeper aren't going to look at this increase and say, short that or sell that, write your options against that. I ain't going to say that because, this is all game theory, right? The markets are all game theory. I will invest in a shitty company that I know is shitty if everybody else is convinced that it's not shitty because it's going up, right? You can't just front run the market from a moral standpoint and think that that's going to make you money at the end of the thing. If war is afoot, I will buy weapons manufacturers. If everyone out there is thinking that oil and gas is the next big thing, I'm buying oil and gas because, you know what, if you want to change the world, you can't do so from the outside. You got to get into the boardroom and change it from within. But also, if you make triple your money on an oil and gas stock, that gives you a lot of cash that you can take to the protest in front of their refinery next week. Okay, so anyway, back to Prismo. So I know the guys at Prismo. I like the guys at Prismo. We would have loved to have been talking about them in a greater way over the last few months, but even if we're not getting paid, if we see something good in the wild, we'll tell you about it. We've done so with Prismo. We've done so repeatedly with Prismo. It is just going where it was supposed to go based on the things that we pointed out with it, which is good people behind it, good property, doing good things at a very low market cap where there was value to be had. Still a low market cap, even though the stock chart looks like a heart attack. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down a little bit because the last couple of weeks of upward mobility, I'm sure someone's going to sell their stock and take their profits. But if it doesn't, if it still keeps going, if it presses on again, well, hey man, yeah, owe me a beer or 3, 5, 20. I don't know. No one ever buys me beers when they make their triple money. Subscribe, PRIZ.